on. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Right on. Hey, man, this is Gene. Fucking saying hey from fucking up here in California. And I'm here with the man, Chris. Chris Kontos from, temporarily, I suppose, of Testament, hanging out.
Yeah.
Fucking killer, having fun with this?
I'm having a blast, dude. It's killer. I'm having a good time writing the album. Right now we're on tour, taking a little break from writing the album, trying to get, charged up, finish this thing, and start recording it.
Killer.
But I'm having a good time on tour. Shows been cool.
Cool. You were talking last week, you mentioned something about being on a camping trip.
Yeah.
Like a camping trip.
Yeah, exactly. That was Chuck's analogy. We just look at it like just go out and have fun. Don't take everything too seriously. It's not going to be the best sound. It's not going to be the best, whatever. It's just going to be show up and play like it's really supposed to be,
Totally.
And it's great fun to entertain kids on a higher level, too.
Yeah.
In the big theater with the show and the lights. But it's cool to get down in their little guts, too, and see their little show spot that they got in town. God.
Well, that's all that and the kind of the bullshit questions there. Dude, we were just talking right before this.
Right.
We were talking about something that you've heard recently.
Yeah, it's the new Pantera.
Yeah, tell me what you think, man. I was just going with that, man.
I like it. I listened to it today. We went into Hollywood. Got my hair cut.
God.
And and we listened to it all the way in, and I was just thinking, man, this is like what Vinnie Paul really sounds like.
Killer.
Because the other albums are really processed, and I love the jams and feels that they had on those albums. But it was like had a feel being really over processed for me, drums and a lot of tricks of the trade, Pro Tools and stuff. This sounds like a awesome recorded rehearsal tape, and it was like sounded good. I was thinking, wow, this is pretty cool. And it just made me think even more that a raw feel and that raw approach to recording is really going to take over as opposed to that big, super polished push.
Yeah.
I think people are going to be able to do it at home. Like we're about to undertake cutting all the tracks and everything on our own.
And
go do the drums somewhere and then do, and then go mix it somewhere.
And like doing it raw.
Yeah, keep it,
heavy.
Don't go overboard with it. Just make it vibe, make it the whole thing go.
Cool.
Make it, but really sound like a band still,
Fuck yeah.
But not,
So cannabis had to be involved in a whole.
Many hours of experimentation have taken place in a wide assortment of paraphernalia.
Killer? Dude, right on. Keep the Jim Beam flowing, by all means.
But the Pantera record is pretty cool.
Well, the reason I brought it up...
You heard it.
Yeah, dude, I heard some of it. And the reason I brought it up was just because I agree. It's like I definitely feel like, the stuff they were doing is killer. It's totally heavy. It's like fucking heaviest thing in the world, sort of thing that they're definitely pulling off. But now that it sounds like it's a big drum tone. It's fucking huge and fat. And that's just the way I think things should be. And that's basically all I got to say on that.
Drums.
Dude, right on. So drum-wise, what have you been listening to? What's been going on?
I've been listening to a lot of calypso music. And right before I started jamming with Testament, I was trying to take in some lessons with this guy Tony D, who's like been 2 years running the nationwide, like they have these like calypso contests and stuff, and these jam-offs, these calypso jam-offs. And he's in a band called Jungles Apart. I'm just trying to get that flash down. I really want that on my side.
Cool.
So I'm trying to learn that. And then after this Testament thing's recorded, I'm going to take you up on some lessons, hopefully.
Dude, fucking rolling.
And you told me you were giving lessons.
Shit,
yeah,
fun.
you told me you were giving lessons.
Yeah, shit, man.
That was pretty cool. That kid came up to you and found out you were having lessons, and he was like,
God.
He's like, yeah, I want to take lessons now.
Oh, man, rolling.
That was cool. So I'll do that.
Dude.
Set our drum sets face to face.
Dude, it's just jam, man. Dude, that would be killer. Because the stuff that most people know you with is, of course, the Machine Head stuff.
Yeah.
And so, I'm assuming that dude, that was some ruling fucking kicking you were doing. Dude, that fucking, I've never had a chance to tell you, and I ain't gonna tell you here. So, dude, it was fucking definitely ruling. So, most people know you from that.
Right.
You're proud of it.
Very proud
totally.
of it. No, it was musically, I had a blast. Rob put together some crushing songs.
And it sounded like you guys were definitely grooving.
Yeah, and we were very passionate about the recording of that album and the mixing of that album.
Killer.
There was a whole other side to
the
whole trip that existed, and then that's what that's why we're here, and I'm here now.
Yeah, dude.
But the
Yeah.
musically and the moment, and on stage, even in the times we had with the bands and the kid,
Yeah.
and coming to the show, and that connection was always cool.
Cool. So, is that's a passion you're feeling still? Are you was it sounds like your split was like amicable or something or
Well, the split was just frustration due to overextending ourselves as a new band touring for so long. That's my take on it.
yeah,
Was that we were completely overextended, and we never stopped to say, "Hey, don't say that to me.
yeah,
Oh, I can take that from you." We never got constructive, and we never had a very open communication line. So without that source nurturing, because that's a nurturing thing when you have communication, and without that, it just drove us apart. But it wasn't a major split. It was me on this side and them
yeah.
over there.
Right on, dude.
But it was just a split.
Cool.
So there's that. I wish them the best. Dave's an amazing drummer
Yeah.
from Sacred Reich. He's really good.
I'm not real familiar with
Well, I
their
heard their
stuff.
new demos and stuff. We
Cool.
got a song called 10 Ton Hammer and
I've got
some.
the new one.
Yeah,
I ain't heard it.
yeah,
I've like listened to I didn't have the time. But
right.
sounds cool.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, dude, killer. He should be killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a good time down in Argentina too. That was
God,
fun. That was a blast.
that rules.
I want to get to Chile with Testament though.
Yeah, shit.
And Testament will tour South America a little bit more extensively than Machina was able to.
Cool.
Get Mexico in there and
Dude,
get
fuck.
Venezuela in there hopefully and all the big spots.
Have you done Mexico City before? Ever?
Never have done Mexico City. I've seen shows and played as standing gig at Tijuana's, but Iguanas.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
From
I
a
really am looking forward to getting down there.
dude, from a drum standpoint,
Huh?
Mexico City is an interesting place because it's like so high up that you gotta breathe. You gotta like learn about breathing when you're up
Should I
there.
bring some oxygen?
I never had any, and I got through the shows, but man, I was like, take into consideration you're like a mile and a half up in the air or something like that,
Wow.
and that's like we're at sea level.
Yeah,
so
for
you're
sure.
down there like busting your lungs, and you're like, shit, what's going on here? But you can do it. It'll be killer.
Well, Denver didn't kill me.
Yeah, Denver's like
We played in Denver.
Close.
I made it through.
God. This is like 300 feet past.
Past that.
Yeah,
Wow.
3,500 feet, almost. Not far, like 3/4 of a mile further. So you're like, fucking shit, Jesus.
In the sky.
Yeah, fuck.
I'm down.
Dude, it'll be killer.
I'm down.
No,
I'll
it's.
be wheezing.
Oh yeah. Well, I hadn't quite abused my lungs first time I was there as much as I probably have now. So
Right.
I'd like to see what's up
Right.
with Mexico City these days.
So what's up with you?
Dude, just hanging, man. Just fucking been jamming with Devin. Told you about that.
Yeah, Devin
And
Townsend.
yeah, dude, that's coming out killer. I guess I'm gonna do like his whole record and stuff. So that'll be cool. And I'm
That'd
just
be
like
bad.
doing lessons and stuff. Just in a
Looking forward to that.
yeah. It was like my this week just was like a totally bogus week. Just like a lot of killer shit happened, but a lot of bogus shit happened around it. So it just made it not so happening.
Right.
But got through it and fucking things are looking up. So shit.
Good. Life deals those cards
Dude,
sometimes.
I am just baked right now.
Oh, me
See,
too.
I'm totally fried. I was
This is
like,
cool though.
yeah, like I'm like a babbling fool. You want to talk about some of these?
Yeah. What do
Yeah,
we got
shit, man.
going on?
Well, here, I don't know. Do you have any like highlights of any band that you've been in? Like any sort of fucking, like what's like? I mean, I heard you were saying shit that I wasn't familiar with. Like, you played with Death Angel.
Yeah.
For a
Yeah.
while. I didn't know that. I found that out.
That was a stand-in gigs in Japan
Cool.
after they had that terrible accident in their
Yeah.
motorhome.
Yeah. Fuck.
Andy sustained an injury to his eye
Yeah.
and his eyebrow and wasn't able to go. Subsequently, I started jamming with them for about 11 days and I learned their
Cool.
set. And we went over there and played great shows.
Yeah.
And it totally spoiled me because that was the first time that I went up, had a attack, like full-blown pro attack.
Yeah.
And you know the treatment.
Uh,
And the first time it was like the carpet got rolled out every night, the
Yeah.
gray carpet,
Killer.
the whole dream, the light rig, the trucks, the schedules, the itineraries printed. It had always been like punk rock gigs in vans and just not that level.
Yeah.
Death Angel's second time to Japan, they were just riding it, bro.
Sure.
So it was like everything was scheduled in the hotel. So I came home back to Attitude Adjustment, which I loved,
Yeah.
but it was $22 nights at the, Roundup Saloon or
Yeah.
whatever. We got to move it, man. We need to get on the ball. We're,
Yeah.
jipping ourselves as
Totally.
far as getting things done and getting it up to a big level,
Sure.
But then I learned that's not what it's all about either.
Yeah, fuck.
So I spent a lot of time trying to get to that
Yeah.
for a while. But that gig totally spoiled me.
Cool.
But it was great.
Well, fuck. Talking about like big bands. Have you heard? We were just talking on the way up about the possible reformation of Exodus. Is that like happening? Do you know anything? I mean, I don't know if those guys are like playing or not. I mean, I've been hearing shit like,
Well, there's War Dance.
what's that? Is that Gary Holtz and
Tom
bro
Hunting.
from God Killer? No shit.
Yeah, it's
Killer.
yeah,
Fuck.
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty amazing.
Alder, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Haircut the last week's in weird.
Cool. Yeah, some shit, man.
Yeah, so but I haven't really heard of an Exodus like
Okay.
reunion trip.
But yeah, War Dance. What's up with that?
It's
I don't-
cool.
fuck.
It's Tom and Gary. They shred. They pound it out, and they got
What I'm talking about is I thought.
Yeah, I went and
Is that-
saw them and I got wasted. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I got all drunk, watched them play. They were great. They were really good.
Yeah,
Tom's amazing to play.
God,
Watch play, dude.
Killer, man. He hasn't like played. He hasn't done anything since like what was it, like 90 or something?
90 or something like that.
Yeah, fuck 89, I think. So
Yeah.
Shit. He's got to come a long way too. There's been a lot of
Yeah.
shit going on, to where
Yeah.
he's. Dude, I'd love to hear him. I know he's been playing like an Angel Witch and shit like that.
Right.
Which
That
is
was
God,
killer to
yeah,
go see
dude,
for a little while.
Fuck. Back in like deep in like '84 and shit, and '85
Right.
and '6. Being all my bros were like cruising up to like the Bay Area and catching a lot
To
of the
check
shows and
that
shit.
out.
Yeah, totally. And we just like couldn't keep up with it after a while.
Right.
So there was a whole lot of killer shit
That thing
going on
dissolved
lately.
pretty quick though.
Yeah,
Didn't last that long.
the Bay Area scene.
No,
or
the Angel Witch gig.
Oh, okay. God, shit. Yeah.
You know.
Dude, that rules, man. Tom Hunting right on. Anyway, I
Yeah.
don't know.
So,
fuck.
but I haven't seen. I mean, I saw Zetro at that show.
Yeah.
And I saw Rick Hunel. And I don't think there's gonna be
Cool.
a reunion. They might
Yeah.
do a gig or so, but for a record and a tour,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cool, man. You like heard what's up with Forbidden or anything? I talked to Craig, and he was like,
I
saying
guess
something.
Forbidden, we're just
They're
or
recording?
finishing or recording or something, or just
Yeah.
finishing up.
Dude.
Yeah, they're cool.
Fuck yeah.
Their drummer Tim's. Is it Tim or Steve? Yeah, Steve's I think his name.
Yeah.
For Forbidden.
Steve.
Yeah.
He's killer. He's awesome. I thought his playing on
Kid's yoked
Distortion.
too, man. He's fucking like yoked beats the shit out of those drums.
Yeah, shit, man. He fucking
I like
pounds.
to see
He's
that.
like fucking rock. Totally. He rolls,
I like
man.
to see these people just crushing them shits.
Dude, totally. He's killer. You like Psychotic Waltz? You ever heard them much?
Haven't really heard them much.
Okay, they're pretty trippy, but their drummer's like click drummer, and it's like really kind of tight sounding. It's like total metal,
Right.
and it might not.
Like Sean Reinert, maybe a little bit.
No, not even that like crazy over the top technical. It's more like kind of a
Oh.
groove, trippy vocals and stuff. It's a trippy band. That's all. It's just like
Turn me on to it.
yeah, totally.
Gotta give
It's
it
like
to me.
can't. Yeah, I got it in the car, dude. I'll trade you.
Pantera.
I got it. Yeah, totally. Oh shit, I don't have it here.
Oh, you just
No.
almost saw a trade go down on TV.
See, oh yeah, shit. No, I'll send it to you, dude.
All
Totally,
right.
totally.
Cool.
And I don't know, it's cool. It's cool shit. But what have you been listening to? Shit,
Meshuggah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Meshuggah, they're really cool.
They're fucking.
We took them on tour in Machine Head, and
That's right.
Thomas Hankey is just a sick drummer, man.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Cool.
Kid's like Dennis Chamber of metals. He's just
God.
like, he's so slamming. And
Yeah,
he
shit, he
plays
was
so
saying.
many notes with one hand.
Yeah.
He's sick.
Does he
Nothing
groove?
like yourself.
Oh, dude, no. I was just like, I've seen him once, and
Yeah.
cool, thanks. But he was killer, and I didn't really get to like sit and enjoy it. It was like
Yeah.
we were
And-
doing kind of.
And sometimes they're so spastic.
It seems spastic as all
Yeah.
fuck.
But then you see it 2 nights in a row or
Yeah.
something, and you realize, geez, this is controlled spasm. This is
Killer.
all happening in the same way,
Yeah.
And it's 4 nights, and 2 weeks into it, it's just like a lesson in attrition.
Yeah.
You know what
God.
I mean? It's just, wow, just like,
Yeah.
it's so over the top.
Yeah. Shit.
But
Totally.
then it's note for note, and
Yeah.
you're just like, whoa,
Cool.
Which is like really a cool thing about that band.
Did being so precise, like make it groove at all? Like
Yeah,
by the time
they
it was
got-
like, you understood what they were doing by the
There
end
was
of like
enough,
the thing.
there was enough spontaneous things that were going on, and they allow for that a little bit.
Yeah.
But the real, like, there are definitely written passages for those songs.
Cool.
But then they do allow for some spontaneity too,
Yeah.
and it grooves, yeah, for sure.
Right on.
It's got to groove for me,
Yeah.
I'm coming straight from like playing mostly hip hop and
Yeah. Shit.
rock when I was younger.
Yeah.
Just those drum beats, those sonic hip hop drum beats, just nailed me.
Yeah.
And then the old Zeppelin and Bill Ward and stuff
Cool,
like
yeah,
that was
totally crazy.
really just
Dude, I could turn you on to loads of like old
So it's
groovy
gotta
shit that
groove.
maybe you hadn't like been familiar with, but like trippy groove and shit, like
Like
from
meters?
um no, like just other kind of stuff, just other like just weird stuff that
Cool. Send
that
me
you
a
might
tape.
groove on, dude.
I
I'll
might listen to
I'll
it.
I'll put I'll put shit together, man, totally. But I don't know, man. You got
It can be edited in any shape or form.
well, I just you doing okay, Chuck? I'm just trying to keep it moving
Enjoying the
here.
movie.
Oh yeah. Oh God, killer. Right on, dude. Dumb and
I
Dumber.
got
Right on.
cotton off from hell.
Totally, man. Same here.
Come on into our lovely
Over me, please.
Grab it over. Show it over.
cameraman beer.
Right on, dude. Thanks, man.
No, I'm cool.
Can I get a Coke, actually?
You're gonna
Like
get
Diet Coke? Diet.
You're on camera.
Oh yeah, shit. Fuck it. That's cool.
Yeah, dark side is not a good
I'm
idea.
cool. I'm cool with a Diet Coke.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, back to the legend at hand.
Yeah, shit, man.
Hey.
I mean, do you like sing or anything, man? Do you ever like do vocals or anything? Yeah.
I can't, man. I just don't hit the notes. My
Yeah.
voice is
Because
just.
Rob wrote a note on the guest list saying, absolutely no one can approve additions to this guest list except for Rob Comer. And underlined it 3 times, so the lady was just like, I can't unless Rob tells me I can. Like Rob is like, the god of the dude. Oh,
All right. When are you gonna be done? God damn it!
and I'm just like going, fuck, I know he wants to get this done, but like I was like grooving on the conversation, man. I was like, oh shit.
You know, Chuck. You want to just give him a name, or
Okay,
you
cool.
want to try?
Oh, dude, no, I was just like, I'm trying to get it going, man. But now I'm like way more confident. But
You can edit this into a form, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I just sent this dude. It's in Spanish, so he
Right.
translates it. So
Right.
he'll take this and do whatever the fuck he wants with it. So.
Right.
Well,
That's cool, man, because it's just loose.
Yeah, shit, man.
Frank, I'm in the middle of an interview, bro.
all right.
Thank you there, pal.
It's like some dude back on like fucking some of your old drum influences. I mean, where do you come from drum wise?
Where do you come from, right? I think my mom. My mom used to take headphones and like open them up as wide as they could when she was pregnant and
Yeah,
like
killer.
blast music into her belly, like just old blues and just like humble pie and blue cheer and just stuff like that. 10 years after songs at the time,
Yeah.
68. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She's like pushing. By the time I was born, she's like pushing me through demonstrations in a carriage.
Wow.
In New York Park, Washington Square Park and stuff, with horses chasing her. It's just
Were you into that?
the rhythm of intensity of life. I think really
Yeah.
just put it in me.
Wow.
That my mom led. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By being in the industry and stuff. My dad was a songwriter.
God,
And
killer.
he wrote like a lot of 50s hits, like Soldier Boy, and
God,
he worked with Three
your
Dog
dad
Night.
did?
Yeah.
Killer,
Yeah.
dude. Right on.
He had a lot to do with the discovery of the Shirelles and stuff, Florence Greenberg. And
Okay, killer. Yeah.
he wrote songs with John Hammond, Dr. John,
Like, say if he
Three
wrote.
Dog Night, one man band he wrote for Three Dog
Sure.
Night.
Okay. So like, which, like, what's the tune? I guess. Um. How can people have no feelings? You know that song by them?
By-
Is that?
By Three Dog Night?
Yeah.
I don't think he wrote that one.
Okay, killer, dude. Just
Yeah, but I
That's killer one?
and
which
I
one's you
was-
right? Shit.
one man band.
Okay, God.
Yeah,
There
I
you
think
go.
he wrote one man band. I think he might have wrote a couple more.
Killer.
But he bailed on moms when I
Yeah,
was 7, so that whole thing.
Oh man.
And my mom knew that I had potential to walk and get some of his genes in there, somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was striking things all the time.
Killer.
So she said, maybe I'll get this kid a conga. So
Cool.
it was started on just conga, and then there was so much acoustic guitar stuff going on around the house and stuff like that. The kid would come out and play, and everybody would be all, whoa. So then it was 11 years old, and it was the drum set, you know what I mean? And then it was like I tried to get in drum corps for a while and do the Blue Devils thing,
Yeah.
and it was just too much rules. And but I knew that I liked that fast-paced kind of, drum corps stuff.
Yeah.
Drums were definitely the focus there on those things. So I just
Did you like do rudiments and stuff and get a lot of the old?
I tried to, and it went
fuck.
against my grain because they were trying to push all that on me for the snare work and stuff. It's so intense and technical, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
totally.
And I was just like, trying to break the form, you know.
Yeah.
Second line drum everything across from what they're doing, or trying to find the middle of it and everything. And I don't know, it just wasn't me. And I got turned off by a few teachers, music teachers that was like at that time was like a lot of in my area. This guy would just do a few lines, solo in front of me for a half hour,
Oh, man.
and then stick me on a drum pad and close the door. You know, and I was like, this is lame.
Man, fuck.
So it was back home and just started putting on all the records I could and seeing bands. And I was a Kiss fanatic, so that was just, you know, Peter Criss going up on the drum riser was just like, no,
Dude,
I
totally.
need that.
Yeah,
you know what
shit.
I mean? So,
dude, they're doing
yeah, and by the time I'm 14, I've seen Van Halen twice, and it was just like, rock lifestyle. This looks real cool.
God.
If you keep it your head, you know, it seems really cool.
Yeah.
So I just kept going at it, man. Just kept playing, and luckily I was just able to be around people in the Bay Area, you know, and everybody was just at that time were such go-getters as far as this is our band, it means a lot to us. You're losing if we're not playing tonight.
Yeah.
Kind of attitude, and we'd be on bills, and all of a sudden it just kind of snowballed, and I just kept playing.
Yeah.
And that's just pretty much it. It was forced drumming by gotta do the gig.
God.
Or, you know, this guy's got a song, I'm gonna learn to play his song.
So now that, like, are you involved in, like, with just, like, having, it sounds like you're really in, like, groove and stuff these days.
I am,
and like
in
that's
my
what
own
you,
way.
yeah, totally.
I'm
it's
not
like
good enough to truly groove, though.
No, it's like it totally does, but you don't have, you definitely groove, but not like other drummers. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, it's like there's a lot of people out there that, you know, might be like wanting to cop onto your style, which is cool. You know, I guess that's like from a drum influencing thing. You know, you're becoming an influence.
Wow.
I mean, I'm assuming.
Responsibility.
You know?
No, I'm
Dude,
just kidding.
No, that's killer.
A lot of kids have tried to ask me what I did or whatever, and I swear I don't know. I feel like a jerk.
Yeah.
You know, it's like my worst nightmare is like the quarter-page paragraph in Modern Drummer if I ever get it, because it's a short story. It's just there's not a lot of like, you know, bedroom work and rudiments, and there's not. I was always playing with people. That also comes down if I never rehearse by myself.
Yeah.
I feel totally naked and can't really just play by myself.
Yeah.
I can't sit down and solo or just kick down I just feel like, oh.
Oh, man.
But if the guitar player wants to rock a riff, as soon as he starts jamming, I'll put a tempo to it.
Cool, right on.
So I don't know, man.
Is that the way, like, the new shit works? Or
yeah,
you
exactly.
grooving?
Eric will have something, or I had a drum beat, actually, and he wrote this thing, you know, and just like, oh, that's bad. And we just, you know, started syncopating and just gelling on stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it kind of has a gel form to it. It's not like part like older Testament formula.
Yeah.
It's definitely a flowing rhythmic
Cool.
Testament that this record's going to be, for sure.
Right on.
You know?
So you're happy to be part of the whole thing, just having some fun with it?
I mean, as far as like musician-wise, I mean, James Murphy's an amazing guitar player. I know that I can hear killer solos, and Chuck, you know, he's killer, versatile as fuck.
Sure,
he can go high, low, and below.
Yeah.
You know, and Eric, he's like Michael Denner, I think.
God.
And I'm a Fate freak.
Dude, totally.
You know, and I've got Steve Harris and Timmy Grabber.
God.
In Greggy, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm in the Kush cream right now. I feel like.
Right on.
Musician-wise, I feel like I'm surrounded by some real heavy hitters, and it's the first band I haven't been the biggest person in.
Cool.
Chuck's a lot bigger than me.
God, yeah, dude, you get dwarfed, man.
Which is kind of cool. I can usually carry my entire band on my back, you know.
That's cool. Right on.
So yeah, I'm having a blast. I'm in the cream, dude. It's really cool.
Righteous? Well, yeah.
What's up, bro? Doing an interview, bro.
Dude, that's killer. And this all sounds killer, man. So,
Gene, give me your beer.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, shit. No, I'll be with it. But, dude, this is killer.
It was fun.
You know, fuck, man. Right on. This is killer.
Gene,
right on, brother.
This is cool.
We'll
I've never been interviewed by another musician.
Oh, man, right on.
Ever.
Oh, we got loads to talk about, dude. We'll talk more shit. Cool. Right on, the fuck. Yeah, fuck it. Dude, right on.
Right on.
We'll see you guys.
And we're going to be down
Have
there.
fun.
Look out for a new Testament album. Definitely. We'll be down in South America, definitely by the end of '96.
Yep. There you go.
Hold up your Chilean flags.
So it doesn't...
it doesn't matter. Fucking the dude's only going to translate them, so...
Oh, okay. Oh, right on. That's good.
Okay. I'm going to answer... let's see. No, don't go in there. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna tell you a little story about Tesla right now.
Cool.
Let me tell you about my bunk. So all you people in Chile know how people in Testament treat people's bunks.
God.
No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, yeah, let me have a piece of pizza. Hold on, I'll put it in Chris's bunk.
See how they're talking to me? Oh. You're all gonna get short cheated tonight.
Let me put my shorts right here.
Okay, what's this say?
In the past, you said you wouldn't want to join the Steelers band. You'd rather
Yeah.
hold your own.
Oh, wow. He's reading in.
What happened caused you to join Testament?
Okay, that's the question I've been getting asked a lot because I did say that in a few magazines. All right, we'll answer number 7. Ready?
I'm going.
Oh, great. Okay, in the past, I said that after I joined or got out of Machine Head that I would want to start something from the ground up. Well, basically, that came from the fact that there's not many available musicians in the Bay Area right now, and I was faced with not gigging for a long time, and that would just drive me nuts. And this just came up, and it was appealing, and it was cool, and the vibe was where I was at. So I changed my mind about starting something on my own. And as far as being a permanent member of Testament goes, we're not looking at it even like that. We're just going to do the record, have fun, do the shows that come up. If there's more touring to do after the record comes out, then that's cool. But I'm not going to try to plan ahead as much as I used to in the past, like saying I'm not going to do something like starting or joining an established band. So that's that one. And I don't know. What other questions there are?
Let me see.
Oh, albums I like?
Yeah, shit, man. Fucking
I like
tell some records that you like, like all-time faves of like
Kiss Alive 2,
any style.
Kiss Alive 2, most Zeppelin albums, most
What you think
Sabbath.
about that Kiss reunion tour coming up?
Kiss, let's get right to it. I was in the Kiss Army under 2 different names. I had stuff sent to my house and stuff sent to my grandma's house so I could just double up on it.
God.
I went to school on Any Given Day in Peter Criss makeup. I think it's the greatest thing. I don't give a shit if they've got pot bellies now or balding or whatever. Half the people in the world never leave their hometown and wish they could throw on clown makeup and go do anything besides sit on the couch and use the remote. So most people who are dissing this whole tour should just hang themselves because I think it's a cool thing that they're doing. Worldwide tour. I hope they become multi-millionaires and get to live a very comfortable life on the other side. You know what I'm saying? They're a great band. I'm glad to see they're all totally healthy enough to get up in 7-inch heels still, you know, as damaged as people from their day are, you know.
Totally. Shit.
I think it's great. I'm going to try to get as close as I can. I want my eyebrows burned off.
Yeah, every show, man.
Yeah, you can go ahead and drown me in blood and burn my eyebrows off. I don't care.
So have you ever got to meet any of the dudes anywhere along the way?
At the Foundations, I got to shake.
Okay, yeah, shit.
Yeah, and you should talk to Chuck about that. He's got a great story about Gene Simmons.
Cool.
But no.
Gene Simmons is a fucking character, though. That guy's
Yeah. I mean, that's my tag. You know, most kids have like little tags they write on buses and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I can do Gene Simmons' autograph really good, and that's what I tag around.
Sign that, Gene Simmons.
Okay,
No,
we need a pen.
that was Peter Criss. That was my shit.
Yeah.
So, same here, man. Totally. Peter Criss.
Yeah, I was way into that. But Gene just had that nightmare effect on me. You know, Peter Criss was like totally killer, but Gene was the monster.
Yeah.
Was the greatest. But I don't think the Sex Pistols should be touring. I don't think that's. I'm not gonna go see that. That's going against what that was all about. They've totally contradicted themselves into a hole, pretty much with me.
It's like, you know what K-Rock is around here?
Yeah.
What do you think about Kiss? Their like opening date without makeup is their K-Rock weenie roast.
The weenie roast without makeup, right?
Yeah,
I don't know if that's really necessary to do. I mean, I guess.
But it's like, why?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I heard that they announced that, and I thought, well, what? It's like kind of like.
It's like K-Rock people, like the fans will heckle them, but myself, it's like anybody that likes Green Day, Offspring, Ramones, in those bands is like Kiss roots. If you don't,
Oh yeah, it's true. I mean, especially the bands that are just rewriting rock songs and putting a English punk voice over it.
oh yeah, Rancid.
Or
We're from
all
the
these
Bay
bands,
Area.
at
We
least
talk
they
a
rip
bit.
off a little bit of ska music in there. It's enough to give it a little character.
We live in Berkeley, but we talk with an English accent. So
Right, it's a little strange. It is a little strange. Like I said, I don't think people should even diss this Kiss thing. You know, I shouldn't really diss the Six Pistols, but I've just read so much stuff on those guys, you know, and what Malcolm McLaren did to them.
yeah.
I don't know why they'd want to do it again because it was just so all of them were so mistreated by that whole thing. It just seems strange to me. That's all.
So some of your other all-time favorite bands, you know, so like,
Get off Kiss here, guy.
dude, that rules,
I
man.
had the Kiss Color Forms. I had the Kiss
Fuck, I had that.
Lunchbox.
I got all the puzzles.
I got the ceiling poster, of course, and the puzzles and the Kiss dolls. What else? I like Devo a lot. I think Devo's a very, very cool band, and I like Soundgarden a lot. Like I said, most Sabbath, most like Sabbath was the first band that really scared the shit out of me when I was younger. I didn't. It was a scary record that my mom would put on. I remember that. So but I pay homage to the Sabbath here with a tattoo, and it's written in Sanskrit. They're just the first band that scared me, so they scarred me. So I scarred myself.
Cool.
But the Who, Keith Moon, Spastic.
Were you,
Yeah.
were you ever into like the whole? Dude, we're back on this again now. That's a good question. Shit. Were you ever into like the later '70s like metal movement of like you know like BOC and Aerosmith and Ted Nugent? Or did that just like go past you? Or
Yeah. I think yeah. I didn't get the Ted Nugent thing.
yeah.
Or the
What-
Blue Oyster Cult. I love Aerosmith. I learned to love Aerosmith a little bit more every year, I think.
Sure.
Because there's just a demonstration of persistence and
Yeah.
determination through drugs, through every form of adversity that was thrown their way.
Yeah.
You know, I think any band that's faced with, well, I don't like you, or all this little pouty shit that bands break up about, I think they should all watch the Aerosmith rockumentary and
Okay,
get a
yeah,
lesson on
dude.
how to fucking,
Totally.
you know, avoid each other enough to be in the band
Sure.
and get a lot of things done,
It's a good thing, man.
you know?
Totally.
But no, I really didn't get that 70s thing, that 70s wash of
Yeah.
rock. And I really didn't do the...
What were you into then?
Wow. I think I was still listening to my mom's music. I was still really into, like, the Eagles and stuff. And I love Van Halen,
Yeah.
you know, but I was still listening to, like, a lot of my mom's music, and I just
Dude.
still listening to Kiss and still listening
Yeah.
to, you know...
The old Van Halen shit was just fucking insane.
Yeah, first time I saw
Brutal.
Van Halen was in L.A.
Yeah.
in '79.
With Sabbath?
Sabbath.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
Totally.
Great
And they
show.
fucking-
killed Sabbath.
And they killed
Slaughtered.
them. They slaughtered them.
Yeah.
Brutal.
And it was like, you know, it was weird.
Yeah.
Because it was definitely, I went there with my mom, and it was like, my mom was really into Sabbath, and so was I, but this new band just came out and punched our, it both gave
God.
me and my mom a black eye,
Was
you
that
know what
the
I
first-
mean?
Was that the first time you took them like seriously, or
Well,
heard them?
I don't-
Period. Or?
well, that record had just come out,
Okay.
you know, in '79.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah. Totally.
So we were like, whoa, it's that guitar player with the keyboard in his guitar.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
God,
Because
yeah,
it was
sure,
just like,
sure, yeah.
we're like, nobody could figure out what the hell he was doing,
Yeah,
you know? And the closest thing to that was like Jeff Beck, or anything
Yeah.
to me, you
God,
know?
totally.
So I was like, blown. We just, they came out, couldn't take Sabbath very seriously after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could, but still it was like, whoa, everybody was still like looking at each other going, did he jump over that?
Yeah.
You know what I
God,
mean?
yeah,
That
totally.
whole thing, you know?
Yeah.
Was that guy punching his bass that hard? And that whole thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's
shit.
amazing.
Dude.
Was that solo that fast?
Yeah.
You know?
Fuck.
That drum set really that big?
Yeah. Shit, man.
So that Van Halen thing, I think I rode that through pretty much
Cool.
the 70s.
First album you ever owned?
First album I went out and bought for myself, like with my own money. Whoa.
Or the first one you
It's
remember
probably
getting?
Destroyer.
Yeah.
Kiss
Totally.
Destroyer, yeah.
That was one of my early ones.
Yeah. But I know that I had the Kiss album, the first Kiss album in my get ready soon.
Dude,
But,
totally, man.
yeah, I think it was the first record I bought was the Kiss Destroyer.
Dude, right on. Dude, that was righteous.
All right.
Thanks
I'll
for taking up all your time. Dude, totally.
No, that's cool. I just relaxed.
Let's bail on the chuckle.
Real quick or
Let's